Well, hello YouTube, it's your girl Zhane coming at you with another video, and as you can tell by the title, this video is going to be about Sephora's top selling perfumes and what my opinions are on them. I was tagged by the beautiful Karina Waldron to go ahead and give my little 2 cents about this, so shout outs to Karina, thank you girl. So if you guys want to see my spin on Karina's video, then go ahead and just keep on watching. Alright y'all, so first things first, stop what you're doing, stop and leave me your scent of the day down below. I would love to know what you guys are wearing today or tonight whenever you are watching this video. Also, if you are new to my channel, hello again, my name is Zhane. Welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for clicking back onto another video. I truly appreciate you guys' support. So if you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more videos from moi. Now let's hop into today's video because y'all, I have some scents that I need to talk to y'all about. So if you have not seen Karina's video, I'll leave it linked down below. Of course, she's amazing. She's a beautiful content creator and I just love her energy and I love her taste in fragrances. So what she did was she went on Sephora's website and she clicked on the bestsellers for the fragrance category for women, and she just went through and rated the fragrances, just had a little chit chat. For me, I decided to put a little bit of a twist on it. I wanted to talk about the bestsellers that I have in my collection, so I just went through, scrolled through the bestsellers list, and I picked out the fragrances that I have in my collection. Some of these are absolute loves and some of these are like I've kind of grown out of, or I've like put them to the side, or I haven't been wearing them lately. So I do want to rate these fragrances and let you guys know my honest opinions on a scale of 1 to 10, and that's kind of how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna hop right in and literally I'm going in order from how I saw these fragrances and if I own them and whatnot. So the first scent that I'm going to talk to you guys about is a fragrance that I've talked about on my channel countless times. I really enjoy this scent a lot, but I haven't been picking it up lately because of the weather and kind of like my nose. I'm currently 19 weeks pregnant with my second baby and it's a baby boy, and so he's kind of been messing with my nose lately and I haven't been gravitating towards fragrances that I typically do. So the fragrance that I'm going to talk to you guys about is Valentino's Donna Born in Roma. Now there are only 2 fragrances that I have in front of me that I'm going to talk about that Karina talked about, so this isn't like a repeat in video, and it's just because they're super popular and I wanted to tell y'all my opinions, Valentino Donna Born in Roma is a sweet, fruity floral fragrance. It has a little bit of a woody touch as well. I really enjoy how this fragrance is feminine, but it's sexy, but it also has this very strong and dominant demeanor, which I find a lot of women love. I find that this fragrance is a very nice grown woman fruity floral. I do have a grown woman fruity floral like category in my brain, and this is one of those fragrances. I really enjoy how this fragrance wears. I do think that this fragrance isn't like, the most unique or anything like that, but it's very easy to wear. It's very nice for date night, and this is a compliment getter in my collection. So as Karina did, I have my phone here and I just took screenshots of what Sephora says about the fragrance. So the fragrance family for Donna Born in Roma is floral. They say that the scent type is a warm floral and the key notes are black currant, some jasmine, and bourbon vanilla. So for me personally, I do get the black currant, jasmine, and bourbon vanilla, but I also get that cashmerian in the fragrance, and the gaiac wood that's in the base is very prominent. The gaiac wood I think is something that turns a lot of people off because it does come off very woody. I wouldn't say that this fragrance is a unisex scent or a masculine fragrance. It's very feminine in my opinion, but that gaiac wood kind of gives it that nice depth that the fragrance needed in order for it to kind of be more on the sexier side. I think that this is your modern, like, sexy fruity floral fragrance for the nighttime year round. I think this is a very versatile scent as far as when you can wear it and how you can wear it, especially if you're doing this for like a date night. And like I said earlier, this is a compliment getter, so if you are interested in this fragrance, I do think you should check it out. But for me personally, I would definitely give this fragrance a 9.5 out of 10. I really enjoy this fragrance a lot. However, lately I haven't really been feeling super duper sweet scents lately. I mean, sometimes I have my days, but this scent is kind of on the sweeter side for me right now, and with that woody like gaiac wood in the base, it kind of bothers me at this point because it's super duper hot here in Arkansas and I'm really into more refreshing, brighter scents to kind of settle my stomach because I've been nauseous. So this this is a little heavy for me right now. I hope in the colder months I can pull this back out and wear it, because this is my second bottle and I absolutely love this scent. So this is Valentino's Donna Born in Roma. Now the next fragrance I have for you guys is a very popular scent. People haven't talked about it lately, but for a while people talked about this scent. Now this fragrance and the next scent that I'm going to talk to you guys about, Karina touched on this, but people like made videos on like trashy scents, ratchet scents, ghetto scents, whatever, and I definitely agree with what Karina said. I actually had this conversation with some of my fragrance friends and we just talked about how stupid like that concept is. I understand some people have preferences, but there's no reason to like bash or like talk crap about fragrances, because at the end of the day it's just alcohol and fragrance oil. Like there's no reason to talk about something being trashy, because that's kind of associating people who wear that to be like that, and that's kind of messed up to me, because I know plenty of people who wear these next two scents who are not trashy whatsoever. So if y'all have a problem with what I just said, I think you should check with yourself. And I'm not saying, you know, I don't like those people who make videos like that. I just feel like it was a wave to ride and like people wanted to hear a lot of negativity, and so, you know, kudos to them, they got their views. But for me, I'm not gonna bash fragrances. I'm just gonna say if it's for me or not, you know. Anyways, I'm off my soapbox. The next fragrance I'm gonna talk to you guys about is Good Girl from Carolina Herrera. This to me is a beautiful date night scent. This is a very intricate scent. This has a lot of notes in there and I get vibes. So the vibe that I get from this fragrance is a dark coffee floral fragrance. It has a little bit of sweetness, but it has this very heavy tuberose note that I think either turns people off or really intrigues them. This to me is a very sexy scent. It's not only because this is a shoe, right? But to me it has this freshness when it first opens, and then it dries down to be this very sexy and mysterious type of scent. And I think that's why this fragrance is so popular, because it is sexy, it is sensual, but in the opening it has this like bright freshness. This is another fragrance that is a compliment getter, especially for your like partner and things like that. I know a lot of gentlemen who like this fragrance on their booze as well, and I love wearing this fragrance for a date night. My wife loves this scent on myself and she loves to wear this herself, and my mother-in-law loves this fragrance as well. She bought her own self a bottle and I'm like, girl, I see you, I see you. So according to Sephora, this fragrance is in the floral family, and this scent type is a warm floral. Again, the key notes are tuberose, jasmine, and tonka bean. So you definitely get that tonka bean in the fragrance. You do get that tuberose, but in the opening, like I said, you do get a lot of citruses, and there's coffee in this fragrance as well. So you get kind of like that coffee like depth to the scent. The tonka beans to me kind of adds that sweet powderiness to the fragrance, and I just think this fragrance overall is just very sexy. It's sensual, it's mysterious, and I think that's why a lot of people like this fragrance, especially if they want to smell, you know, sexy. And I think this is why that's a go-to type of scent, because it has those different notes and it gives you different vibes. This fragrance is really pretty. I would rate this an 8 out of 10 just because I haven't really been reaching for it lately. I do like the scent, but I do prefer other scents over this fragrance, but I'm still gonna keep it. I still love it. At this point, I don't know if this is a repurchase in my collection, but I find that this scent is just perfect whenever I do wear it. And if you love this fragrance, I love it too, but it's just one that I haven't been reaching for lately, especially during this time of year. But this is Carolina Herrera's Good Girl. Now the next fragrance, like I mentioned, is very much so a controversial scent. This was also on Karina's list, and this is one of my top 10 fragrances for life, period. I've been saying this ever since I've been on YouTube making fragrance videos, and this is Black Opium from YSL. I've had this fragrance, not this particular fragrance, like this exact bottle, but I've had Black Opium in my collection since 2014, 15. I think when it first was released. I love this fragrance. This was my go-to date night scent. It was between this and Mon Paris and Flower Bomb. Like I had my 5 fragrances that were like my staples, and this was one of those. This was the fragrance that I always grabbed when I was going out, when I was going on a date, anything that was nighttime related, dinner with friends. That's what this scent was for me. It's so amazing. I love everything about this scent, and the fact that people talk crap about it, it really gets me going, because this fragrance is very much so sentimental to me, and I'm not a trashy female, so I'm not ghetto, none of that. So I just feel like people just, they just be talking. People talk, they get their little notoriety, they get their views, and they feel like they did something. So Black Opium is a nice, sweet, warm, spicy fragrance. You get some orange blossom in the scent. You also get a nice dose of vanilla with some coffee. This is just a sexy scent. I think that if you are looking for a date night scent and you're not trying to spend, you know, $300 on a bottle of perfume, girl, get you Black Opium. Don't let these fragrance reviewers tell you that you're trashy because you wear Black Opium. Yes, you might smell familiar to people because this is a very popular scent. These are bestseller fragrances. However, with your personality, how you wear the fragrance, it's you. That's you. If you have like 5 to 10 scents, layer this with other fragrances, and I'm telling you, you are gonna be the best smelling person in the room. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So according to Sephora, this fragrance is in the warm, spicy fragrance family, and the scent type is warm and sweet gourmands. The keynotes are black coffee, white flowers, and vanilla. I would definitely agree. This fragrance is very gourmand. You get sweetness, you get coffee, but this fragrance isn't like overly sweet. It's not like syrupy sweet, but it does have that nice vanillic sweetness. That coffee kind of cuts through the sweetness. I recently tried out the extreme version. I loved it. I love coffee and tea fragrances, so Black Opium Extreme is definitely on my wish list, and I'm gonna get that video out to you guys within the next week or so, so stay tuned. But Black Opium, the original Eau de Parfum, is beautiful. This is a lifer in my collection. I'm never getting rid of this scent. It's always going to be a repurchase in my fragrance collection. Love this scent. If I had to rate it, of course it's a 10 out of 10. This is bae. I love this scent. Absolutely love this fragrance. And if you feel like, you know, you want to try Black Opium or you're scared to try it, just go in the store, spray it on your skin, walk around, and see how you feel, because this is definitely a sexy date night scent. So yeah, this is Black Opium from YSL, and oh, I just love this scent so much. I love it. I love it. This next fragrance literally took the internet by storm recently, and about a year ago when we thought this fragrance was being discontinued, it was like crazy. This is Kilian's Princess. They recently put it in the black bottle. This is the original packaging, like the little ball or whatever. I really preserved this scent because I thought it was discontinued. Like, I thought it was never coming back. Now I'm about to wear this fragrance. I'm about to wear it up because right now this is the perfect amount of like sweet and green, like a nice juxtaposition that I absolutely love. So this fragrance is a nice, sweet, airy, slightly lactonic fragrance to me. It has this marshmallow note that's like very whippy and airy, but it also gives off a little bit of a creamy vibe as well. I also get that matcha tea note, so you get that like slightly aromatic quality, but you definitely get that green aspect, and you get a little bit of florals. This is sweet, but for me it's like that greenness with that airy, powdery marshmallow. It's very nice. Love it. Love this scent so much. The fragrance family is warm and spicy. The scent type is warm and sweet gourmands, and the keynotes are ginger, green tea, and marshmallow. Listen, for me, I love it. I love it. I don't get much spice out of the fragrance, maybe a little bit, but not a lot. I mainly get that marshmallow with that matcha tea, that green tea, but Kilian killed it with this fragrance. I absolutely love this scent. This fragrance, I think, is for those who, you know, are into kind of sweeter scents. If you don't like sweet scents, you won't like this, but this also has a powdery touch as well. It's not too powdery like it's vintage, but it is powdery because of that like dusty marshmallow. But I think you should try it if you haven't. Like, try it out and see how you feel. I love that Sephora has a very nice return policy, so if you don't like it, if it doesn't work out for you, you can just send it back with no questions asked. So if I had to rate this fragrance, I would rate this a 9 out of 10. Again, like I said, it's a very nice scent. I really thought this fragrance was gone forever, but they brought it back in that different bottle. So this is Kilian's Princess, and you guys, please check this out if you haven't already. So next on the list we have My Way from Giorgio Armani. This is the original Eau de Parfum. I have recently smelled the intense version, and I'm just gonna be straight up with y'all. I much prefer that one. This scent, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I haven't used much. I haven't used much. My Way is a very heavy white floral fragrance. It has a little bit of sweetness. It has a little bit of a citrusy vibe to it, but overall, you mainly get that tuberose. This has a heavy tuberose note, and I had my mom on my channel last year, like late last year, and I had her rate some fragrances, and this was one of the fragrances that she rated. I'm gonna leave that video up in the eye in the sky, and y'all can watch that after this one so y'all can see her thoughts. But yeah, this fragrance is nice. I feel like there's a time and a place, and this is just one that I've been going back and forth on decluttering, because to me it's it's not giving me enough. I do like it, but again, it's not one that I reach for often. This isn't one that I would say is like a staple of my collection. It's nice, but it's not nice for me. I would just say, I'm just gonna say that it's not nice for me. This fragrance is just too heady. It's too white floral heavy. I've been enjoying tuberose fragrances lately, but I like a certain type of tuberose. I like my tuberose to be kind of buttery, like leaning gourmand. This scent is just very fresh. It has like a fresh tuberose. It is a little bit sweeter. I do get a slight butteriness from it, but it's just so bright and fresh that it just makes me, I don't know, the tuberose is just a little too much for me. So according to Sephora, the fragrance family is floral. The scent type is classic floral, and the keynotes are orange blossom, tuberose, and vanilla. So boom, you get a lot of white flowers. You definitely get a lot of that tuberose, but again, you get that sweetness, and I think the sweetness kind of helps it, but it's still very white floral heavy, and sometimes I'm not much of a fan. I like white florals when they're sweeter white florals. Like, I love orange blossom in fragrances, but tuberose has to be paired with gourmand notes or sweeter notes for me to really love it, and it has to be like a buttery tuberose. This fragrance is not really for me. If I had to rate it, it's not a bad scent. I'm just gonna let y'all know that now. It's not bad. It has very great performance, but for me personally, this is a 6 out of 10. This fragrance just isn't for me. It's a little too heady. It's a little too much, and I think also with being pregnant, it's made it a little bit worse. So this is My Way from Giorgio Armani. Next, we have another fragrance that really knocked a lot of our socks off at the end of 2020. I was very excited to have this fragrance in my collection, and unfortunately, I don't know why I didn't pull this out as much as I did when I first got it this past winter, but I'm definitely gonna wear this more often, and this scent reminds me of the holidays. So this is Angel Share from Kilian. I know I have 2 Kilian fragrances on here, but they're best sellers for a reason, right? This fragrance is stunning. Angel Share is a sweet, very warm, spicy, boozy fragrance. You get like this oaky touch, this woody touch, which I really like. Oh, it's so beautiful. It reminds me of the holidays. It has that very heavy like cinnamon note. It's just very beautiful. It's very deep and warm. It's captivating. This smells like Thanksgiving, but yeah, this fragrance is beautiful. I cannot wait to wear this when it gets colder outside, because this is definitely a holiday scent. So according to Sephora, the fragrance family is warm and spicy. The scent type is warm and sweet gourmands, and the key notes are cognac, tonka beans, and oak wood. I do get a little bit of a powderiness from the scent from the tonka beans, but it's not too much. This is very much so a spicy, sweet scent. So if you don't like spice in fragrances and you don't like sweet scents, then you will not like this fragrance at all. I'm just telling you that now. Something that I really love about this is that you can buy a refill. You don't have to buy a whole new bottle. You can just buy a refill, open it, and put it back in there. I know my girl Takara ran out of this like ASAP, and she was like literally holding on to drops because she went through this fragrance so fast. But this fragrance is so beautiful. I really enjoy this scent, especially for colder days. It's so warm, it's so cozy. This is the type of fragrance you can wear out, or you can stay in the house with this scent, and I feel like this fragrance is one that you don't expect for it to project as much as it's projecting, because this fragrance is beastly. I like to overspray my fragrances, so that could be it, but this fragrance lasts an eternity on your clothes, especially if you're wearing scarves and coats and things like that. This lingers on, but for me personally, it really sticks in my hair, especially if I have my curls out. If I spray this all over my body, it like sticks in my hair, and I love the way that smells. So if I had to rate this, I would rate this a 9.5 out of 10, because like I said, this is the perfect holiday fragrance, especially for, you know, around the holidays. This can very much so become like a signature scent for me around that time, because it's just so fitting. So this is Angel Share from the house of Kilian. Now next up, we have another Giorgio Armani fragrance, and I was surprised to see this fragrance on the bestsellers list. I would have thought that I would have seen another scent, but I didn't. And this is Si Passione from Giorgio Armani. If you enjoy fruity florals that are fresh and kind of smell like a shampoo, that's what this fragrance is right here. I absolutely love this scent. This is a sweet, fresh, fruity floral. This also has a nice woody touch, which gives it a little bit of a sexiness deep in the dry down. But overall, this is just a very nice, happy, bright scent. And I do find this to be pretty clean, like pretty fresh and clean, if you like those scents, but in more of a fruitier way. According to Sephora, the fragrance family is florals, and the scent type is fruity florals, of course. The key notes are rose and woody vanilla. And like I said, this this fragrance to me is sexy, but it's sexy in like more of a spring summer way and more of like, oh, you smell good, you take care of yourself, like you're kind of put together. That's what this fragrance smells like to me. If I had to rate this fragrance, I would rate this like a 7.5 out of 10 because there are other fruity florals that I prefer, but I really do like this fruity floral. It's nice, it's simple, you don't have to do too much, it's very effortless, and I really enjoy that about this scent. So this is C Passione from Giorgio Armani. The next fragrance that we have is a Kayali scent. I actually have a full Kayali house review of all the fragrances that I have in my collection, and I have quite a few, so I'll leave that video up in the eye in the sky if you guys are interested. And this is Invite Only from Kayali. I love how this bottle looks. Like that mirror quality is just spectacular. This isn't my favorite Kayali fragrance, but I really do enjoy it. The more that I used it, the more I kind of enjoyed it more and more, and I can see why people really love this. So to me, this is a sweet gourmand fragrance. It's kind of chocolatey. It has this ambery resinous touch, has a little bit of woodiness, but overall this to me is just a very sexy, sensual date night type of scent. I really do enjoy how this fragrance wears. There's also like a cherry note in here, but it's kind of like a boozy cherry in my opinion. It's a very nice scent. This fragrance lasts pretty decently. It's not, you know, overly projecting. It's not overly crazy. I do prefer Sweet Diamond over this one, but again, if you like those like warm, spicy, like resinous type of fragrances, you would absolutely love this scent, and I really enjoy layering this with other fragrances. According to Sephora, the fragrance family is warm and spicy. The scent type is warm and sweet gourmands, and the keynotes are amber resin, benzoin, and cinnamon. So again, to me, it's very resinous. It does have that ambery touch. You do get that spice, but some people don't like it on their skin. I wasn't a fan of it when I initially tried it, but like I said, the more and more that I tried it, the more I really enjoyed it. I would say that if you like Angel Share, you might like Invite Only because they're both very spicy and deep and sexy and sensual, and they also have that like nice kind of boozy touch to them. This has more of an ambery touch, and Angel Share has more of like a boozier touch, like a boozy vanilla with some cinnamon and stuff, like holidays. This doesn't smell like the holidays to me. This just smells sexy. So if I had to rate this fragrance, I would give this fragrance a 7.5 out of 5. This isn't my favorite fragrance, but it is nice. It's a nice scent. Again, this does give me kind of some good feels, especially when I layer it with other scents. So if you're looking for like layerable fragrances, this is definitely a great one to layer. But also with a lot of Kayali fragrances, I noticed that they're very nice to layer with each other, but they're nice to layer with other fragrances as well. So this is Kayali's Invite Only, and this is a nice one. The next fragrance that we have is another classic in my collection. I've had this in my collection for a very long time. I want to say since 2018. I just love it. I love it so much. This reminds me of my pregnancy with my daughter. I just have so many great memories with this fragrance, and this is Dolce & Gabbana's Lime Patrice. This is a fragrance that a lot of people talked about, you know, back in 2019, 2020, and I don't know, like people just stopped talking about it. Some people still do every now and then, but people stop talking about it, including myself, and I really don't know why. This is literally a fruity, delicious delight. Now I will say that this is more of like an artificial fruitiness, so you smell like, you know, candies, but it's watery. It's very nice. So this fragrance is a beautiful fruity floral. It has this aquatic vibe to it as well. It's very fresh and it's bright. It's lightweight, so I feel like this is perfect for the summertime on those very, very hot days, especially if you like very nice fruity floral scents. This fragrance is an eau de toilette concentration, so the longevity on your skin isn't the best, but surprisingly this lasts very well on my clothes. But I spray this fragrance like a body spray. Like I go to town. And again, this reminds me of my pregnancy with my beautiful daughter, my firstborn, and this just has a lot of great memories tied to it. So this is a scent that I will keep in my collection, but it's not one of my favorites of all times. This is just a fragrance that's very nostalgic to me, and it just gives me great feels. So according to Sephora, the fragrance family is florals. The scent type is fruity floral, and the keynotes are watermelon accord, kiwi, and pink cyclamen. Don't know what cyclamen is. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know, but you definitely get a watermelon, juicy, kiwi, like you get all those fruits just like mixed into one. I would say this is like a fruit salad. It's very refreshing though, so I really, really like this. I haven't put on a scent of the day today, and I think this might be it because today is extremely hot. It's like 90 98 degrees Fahrenheit here. It is hot. It's hot, baby. If I had to rate this fragrance, I would give this fragrance an 8.5. It gets a 0.5 more just because of the nostalgia that it gives me, the good feels that it gives me. But this is a very nice fruity floral fragrance, and this is fairly affordable. You can find this in on Mercari for a decent price, but Sephora sells it for an amazing price as well. You'll definitely get your money's worth, especially if you like these types of fragrances. So this is Dolce & Gabbana Lime Patrice, and you guys, this is a nice fruity floral. And last but certainly not least, we have a scent that I absolutely love. Ever since I got it, I've been in love. I kind of stashed it away because I wanted to give other fragrances a try, but for a long time this was the staple. And this is Coffee Break from Maison Margiela in the replica line. If you're a coffee lover and you like more of like a latte type of coffee fragrance, this scent right here. Surprisingly, this isn't eau de toilette concentration, but this lasts beautifully on the skin. I also really enjoy By the Fireplace, which Karina covered and is in the bestsellers. Most of Maison Margiela's scents are in the bestsellers because they, first of all, are aesthetically pleasing. They are very much so a vibe, but they are very nice scents, and they definitely invoke emotions and give you the feeling that the title of the fragrance says. So Coffee Break definitely smells like you're in a coffee shop. However, it's not as strong as a coffee scent as you would think. To me, this fragrance is a sweet, lactonic, creamy fragrance. It also has an aromatic touch from some lavender. I absolutely love this fragrance. This is so calming, so soothing, and it's very just comforting to me. This is a very comforting scent. This is a type of fragrance that I would wear on a very cold day. If I'm staying in the house, cuddled up, watching TV, watching a movie with my family, that's what I would wear this fragrance for, or wear it to bed after a very nice shower or even a relaxing bath. Spray this on and you're gonna get great sleep. That lavender also really calms me, so it just really gives that calm, like soft energy. It's creamy, it's delicious, it's a very nice fragrance. According to Sephora, this fragrance is in the warm and spicy fragrance family. The scent type is warm and sweet gourmand. As you guys can see, I love me some gourmands, and the keynotes are coffee accord, lavender, and milk mousse accord. I really love how like creamy and cozy this fragrance is. To me, this is again the perfect bedtime scent, the perfect chill scent, the perfect like I'm in my house, I'm not leaving today. Like that's what this fragrance gives. If I had to rate it, it's a 9.5 out of 10. Not quite a 10 out of 10 because I wish it was more projecting, but it's still a 9.5 out of 10. I'm definitely keeping this fragrance in my collection for life, and I just love the Maison Margiela bottles. This fabric label is just so sexy to me, and how simple the bottle silhouette is, it's perfect. So love this scent, and this is Coffee Break from Maison Margiela. All right, y'all, so that's all I have for you today. Karina said that she was gonna do a niche version, so go through Saks Fifth Avenue's bestsellers and kind of rate those. I think that would be really fun, so if you guys want to see that from me as well, please let me know, and let Karina know if you go to her channel and you haven't watched her yet. Let her know that I sent you because she's just amazing and she deserves all the support. So thank you again, Karina, for, you know, tagging me, wanting to see my thoughts. And if you are new to my channel, I do quiz you guys at the end of all of my videos just to see who's been rocking with me into the end or whatnot. I want you guys to leave me the Canadian flag if you made it to the end of the video, just so we can show Karina some love. And if you guys are currently in Canada, let me know if y'all live in Canada, y'all. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I had so much fun making it, and hopefully I can do a luxury version as well. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in the next one.